Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Duster Bust. I have the next 6 days here in El Paso, Texas, visiting my mom and trying to make as much progress on the El Camino as possible. I'm gonna move it over here and start cleaning it up better, get it so I can get in and start inspecting some mechanical stuff and see if, see if this thing's gonna be worth fixing or not. Oh, yeah, this whole thing is just pulling up the bed. I knew it was gone, but I didn't realize it was like actively falling apart. I hope that this framework is, oh, well that piece is, oh, that's bad. All right, wheels are off. Oof, these are terrible. All right, day two. Day one was a little rough yesterday. So we found out the wheels were in terrible shape and struggled with a few things, but eventually got the car moved into a spot where it should be a little bit easier to work on. Sorry, the lighting's a little tough right now, but it's rough, super rough. And today we're going to start cleaning things up. The seats are actually much better than I would have expected for, this car sat. Oh wow, look at that amount of cobwebs. Obviously the back wall is all rusted out. This thing wasn't as rusty when we got it, but we stored it outside for 18 years. Anyways, this little plastic tray, I don't know, I think this is really cool. It's just a storage, but I find it kind of creative the way they put it, a little plastic to increase storage, just going underneath the bed in a space that isn't otherwise used. All right, little RCA speaker, that's kind of cool. Oh, I'm not thrilled about this dent there. Let's see if we can, let's see if we get lucky. Did we get lucky? Does it look straight? That actually doesn't look too bad. Day two of 6. I got the time. See how far we can get. I went ahead and pulled the valve cover off, and the way that these are offset basically tells me that yes, this is a big block. This is a Mark IV big block. So these were in production from 1965 until 1974. That staggered valve pattern was new with the Mark IVs and allowed for bigger valves and better airflow. So supposedly on the connection of the bell housing back here, there's a code as well, but that's going to be a bear to get to without pulling the engine. Well, let's see. Let's start pulling some nasty stuff out of here, and let's just see what treasures we find in here. So some wheel covers. We're not going to be using those.
You want a towel in there?
Pika. Gross. Even if this whole car gets chalked up as a loss, this seat is pretty good. Good morning. Welcome to day 3. Let's keep going on our cleanup. Go rent the pressure washer. Hopefully be able to get it cleaned enough to where we can do a legit inspection and try to make our decision of go, no go. Is this thing worth the trouble or not? If you're enjoying this video, do me a favor, hit the like button. All right, gotta get to work. right, so I think we're at a point now where we can do that walkthrough. Let me show you guys what I found, and then we'll talk about next steps. All right, so let's talk about body first. Body is rough. So, you know, fenders here. This was in an accident at some point. This fender needs to be replaced. The door also is going to need to be replaced. Coming inside, so strip the interior. You know, these panels are garbage. The floor, holes in the floor are actually not terrible. Most of the floor is okay. I got a hole here. I could patch that, and same over here. Got a bigger hole there, but you know, structurally this is not so bad. So this whole back wall needs to be replaced. This is just gone. It's just totally rotted out. Other than that, you know, it doesn't look so bad. I haven't put power to it. I mean, the dash is cracked. It's busted up. Both the front and back windows are shot. The driver's side, passenger side, not so bad. Just some cleanup there. All right, coming back out. The roof actually looks okay. You know, a little bit of, well, with the exception of these silly bolts up here. So the guy used this as a work truck. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, now this is a SS El Camino. It kind of means something. It's an awesome muscle car, but you know, back in the 80s, this is an old truck that made sense to be a work truck. So the guy was a painting contractor, and so it's got paint everywhere. But and he used it to tie stuff down. So we gotta fix this. But this, to me, this roof is totally fixable. The rockers are solid. That back quarter is all screwed up. Oh, this was kind of a surprise. You know, probably no cap on there, so probably want to do a good flush of that gas tank before we would use that. Tailgate looks like shit. Yeah, all bent up. Yeah, that tailgate is rough. I do like this inner latch. The way this latch is set up, it's kind of cool. Let's pull that real quick. There we go. Oh. As I was power washing, you know, a bunch of stuff here just blasted off. It's just caked on with, you know, different layers on here. This could be a, you know, a project in itself if I really wanted to fix that, just for the joy of fixing something. I think that could be fixable. The bed, trashed out. It is gone. But that's okay, they sell these. And the frame of the bed, for the most part, looks salvageable. But I know on the beds that they sell, you got options for just the top cover, and you have options that have this support structure in there. So I just gotta, you know, would have to look at that and make a choice. But I know these are not ridiculously expensive to buy. I am a bit disappointed that these inner fender walls are just shot. So both of these would need to be either replaced or, you know, just build something custom instead. I don't know. This floorboard down here, I think this is kind of cool. To me, I'm guessing this is a, you know, a recycled part, probably also on the Chevels or something. I don't know that for a fact, but there's a few things here that I find interesting. So you see holes, some threaded holes here that look like they're probably for seat belts. And then this little latch clip, whatever, to me looks like the ones that they use for holding the seats down. This side, you know, about the same as the other side. Actually, it looks a little worse. You can see a lot more of this original paint. This is the, you know, butternut yellow was the original color. Kind of cool, just as some of those layers, you know, fell off as I was washing it. Hood actually looks pretty good. This is the, you know, the SS, I don't know what they call this, like the dual nozzle or whatever. I need to do a few more, you know, mechanical checks. But this thing actually fired up when we bought it back in 2004, my dad was able to get it to fire up and drive it onto a trailer, and then it's been sitting ever since. You know, that gives me a little bit of confidence since I've seen it start before. Front disc brakes, I think that's kind of cool. I didn't realize that they were doing that in '69, but at least on these SS's, the front disc, the control arms look pretty good. I knew the body was in bad shape, but I'm looking for frame damage, because if there's frame damage, it would have been an instant walk. But you know, I went all the way around. It's actually pretty good. So frame's pretty good. All right, this is a passenger car 12-bolt rear end. So this is a very sought after rear end from a performance standpoint. These are easily identifiable by the 12 bolts. Now, the trick is there's a passenger 12-bolt and a truck 12-bolt. And the parts are not all interchangeable. The passenger ones are really the ones built for performance. The way to tell the difference is that little swoosh on top. So for the SS396 El Caminos, if you had AC, the stock gear set is a 3.31 with an optional economy set of a 3.07. The non-AC cars were 3.55 standard, but had a big option range of 3.07 all the way to 410. It is an automatic. I want to say that this is the 400. There is a little placard here that says 400. And so that's a good indicator that that is a 400. Huh. I'm surprised this isn't covered up a little differently. I don't know if I'm missing something there or not. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm not too familiar. Not too familiar with these Chevys. But yeah, I know my Duster has this. You know, this is all encased. So for this just kind of sitting out like that, it's just a little weird to me. Alright, now we get to the other big bad news, is this oil pan. You can see how dented up that is. And somewhere, it's cracked too, because it's drained all the oil out of it. When we had the car moved from storage to my mom's house, they just dragged it on and off the trailer since it didn't really roll well. But that's all dented to hell. So as much as I thought about, trying to start it, I'm guessing there's an oil pan. It's dent enough to where that would be, in my opinion, that would be a dumb move. I'd risk, if that oil pickup got pushed in or pinched off or something, I could end up screwing something up. And I know this engine has run. I've seen it run. I was there. I mean, it smoked and looked like hell, but I saw it fire over. But I'm not gonna start it without pulling the engine, and I don't have the right tools to do that right now. So that's okay. There's other stuff we can do. All right. So even though we're not gonna fire it, I did want to make sure that it turns over without a problem. So all right. All right. So this sway bar, I'm pretty positive that should be straight, so that sway bar is crap. You can see the power steering in there now that I blasted it all off. It's not perfectly clean, but at least it makes it easier to inspect stuff. There's no fluid, so I'm gonna put some fluid in it, but if I hold this out, you should be able to see. It turns over, not bad. It doesn't even feel bad. I mean, there's no weight on it right now, but still, that's a really good sign. I was happy to see that. The steering works. To have the car shipped, it's got to be rolling, steering, braking. Rolling, you got to get some tires on it. Steering, check. We're good there. I'll still put some power steering fluid in it just so it goes a little bit easier once it's under load. Braking, I got to work on today. All right, my seat is one of the best things on the car. It's a little, dry rotted, but I'm amazed at how well this actually held up compared to the rest of the car. So the big question is, should I walk away from it or should I do it? And there's really no right or wrong answer here. Let me know what you would do. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think. But I think I'm gonna do it. I don't know. I kind of see it. You know, I see what it could be. You know, there's a number of things. Though this was another. So my Duster was a project that me and my dad kind of started, and this one was in the queue, trying to finish something that we started, something that we planned. You know, doing it with my kids. So there's that kind of emotional side to it. I would say the one thing that I kind of like is that this thing is so far gone that it's not really a candidate for original restoration. At least I'm not really an original resto guy. I would much rather kind of resto mod it, and I don't think the purists are going to beat up on me too bad because it's so far gone right now. It kind of in a way opens up the door to making it my own without the haters getting on me. But you know, it's a big block car, original big block car. That's cool. I think I'm gonna take it on. So if you like this video, if you want to see how this turns out, make sure you hit subscribe. I appreciate you guys watching. So I got 2 more days plus this afternoon to try and get it shippable. So stay tuned. I'm gonna end here, and then the next episode we're gonna dig into this braking and see if we can get that working. All right, appreciate you guys. Take care.